Milwaukee's new streetcar system has been in operation for not quite 2 months, but it's off to a fast start. More people, several hundred more, are riding the Hop each day than expected. But the city recently missed out on a federal grant that would have extended the Hop to Fiserv Forum, the new arena. We're talking about the streetcar's first few weeks of operation with Milwaukee's Commissioner of Public Works, Jeff Polinsky. Commissioner, good to have you on the program today.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
So let's talk about the numbers so far. How many people have ridden the Hop, the new streetcar system, and what had you projected at this point?
Yeah, so I mean, our initial estimates were to have just over 1,800 people per day on average. In the month of November, we were just under 2,300, so we're off to a very good start.
Well, what do you attribute that to? What's going on here?
Well, and I might add also that, you know, that is separate from kind of that first opening weekend. The opening weekend we had 16,000 riders.
The curiosity factor.
Exactly,
yeah. Right,
you know, kind of the excitement. But really starting that Monday after that opening weekend, that's really where we're getting that just under 2,300 riders. So there's still some of that newness, you know, people are coming down to see it and ride it and kind of better understand it. But the nice thing, what we've seen in November is that the days that weren't necessarily the peak days, the Mondays and Tuesdays, those are actually growing. So there's more riders on those days that are just using it for getting around to work, getting around to at lunchtime, getting to Amtrak. You know, so it's good growth.
Skeptics would probably say, well, it's free. That's the thing. If you start charging for it, maybe it would be different. Well, what do you say to that?
Yeah, I mean, free certainly is positive. Yeah, I mean, it's really getting people on board and getting them used to kind of a new mode of transportation. And certainly the sponsorship from Potawatomi Hotel and Casino is huge for us. And you know, I think for that initial step on, it's a huge benefit. But I think once people really understand the benefit to them on a daily basis, you know, I think that dollar fare that ultimately might be on the horizon in the future shouldn't be that big a deal.
Let's talk about the future for the streetcar and what you would like to see happen. The next big timeline, I guess, would be what, 2020?
Correct. I mean, we have the Couture extension, or the extension to the lakefront. That will have to be kind of coordinating with the development of that building. But we've already built some of the infrastructure to extend out to the lakefront. Obviously, we're not operating, but once that's in place, we'll be able to connect with Summerfest and Discovery World and all the development that's taken place down there.
We mentioned that the city missed out on a federal grant. You've got another $40 million extension you'd like to have take place. It would take us up to the new arena. But you still got to find another $20 million. How do you do that? How do you go about that next phase?
Right. I mean, we had been successful. That's how we were successful in getting the lakefront extension, was through that pot of money, or that federal program, which is called the BUILD program. There are other programs that we're going to be able to apply to. There is kind of the basic transit infrastructure improvement program that typically you would apply. It's called New Starts, Small Starts. And that's something that we would actually like to look at for the extensions up to Bronzeville,
to the north, and then Walker's Point to the south.
Walker's Point. And really, the arena is kind of that first step. We do have the local funds already identified, and we're already actually starting the preliminary engineering for that extension.
I mentioned earlier there are skeptics. There are still skeptics about this project. I assume you feel it's too early to declare victory, to say we've been proven correct. But how do you view the operation during the first couple of months? How does it feel to you right now?
Well, it's exciting. I mean, and it is. I mean, I don't think any of us really wanted to be opening up in November, right on the edge of winter. But the ridership and certainly the feedback that we're getting from those who are actually stepping on board and giving it a try has been very positive, and I think it is exactly. It's not victory in any means, you know. I wouldn't ever call it that, but it's great to see people seeing a benefit in what we've done.
Commissioner of Public Works for the City of Milwaukee, Jeff Polinsky. It's good to have you on the program today. Thanks very much, and Merry Christmas to you.
All right, thank you.
Coming up next, the us versus them political strategy. Is it time for it to end?